we've added a bonus that makes winning a breeze. Just turn over 5 cards without saying freeze on Card Shark. And here's the host of Card Shark, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. I thank you, Jack Norris. Nice to have you here with us, filling in for Gene Wood. Delighted to have you here with us for Card Shark. Nice group of us in the audience. Yes. I hope you've been with us. It's just been a while since we put that in. If somebody runs the cards in a 5-card game, it's a $500 bonus. It's added a lot of excitement. I've enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying it. Something else we are enjoying. I hope you're with us on our last show because our fine champion, Peggy Card, was very, very expecting at the time. Well, we took a week and a half off, and during that week and a half, Peggy has been very busy. So let's bring out our champion right now, a good deal thinner, Peggy Card. Hello, Peggy. Walk slowly. Yeah, you feel good?
I was very lucky.
And what kind of a baby did you have?
We had a little girl, and her name is Belinda Jean.
Belinda Jean, and Peggy also brought Belinda Jean down here with us, right? That's nice. That's lovely. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very
Is that your
much.
first?
No, second.
Congratulations. And also congratulations because Peggy has made a little money for Belinda Jean along the way. $30,100 to be exact. Peggy Card has won, and she's going to try to add to it right now. When you won your last match, and we're going to get to the money cards, did you cut them?
I sure did.
Let's go. Boy, let's start Belinda Jean off well. Let's get to the money cards. Peggy Card, who is indeed a good card player, very analytical, and now she's going to try to make some more money with the money cards. $200 of new money. 3 cards on the bottom line to bet as you will. Up to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money and 3 more cards. Minimum bet's $50 till you get to that top card, the big bet where you must risk at least half. Good luck, Peggy.
Thank you.
You've had good luck so far with Belinda Jean and the game. Here's $200. Remember, you can change your base card on each level if you need to. And thank you, Lois. Let's start Peggy off with 200 and a 6.
I would like to change that card.
Only change it once. You must play this one. The 6 becomes... Oh, an 8!
Oh, it's great!
Change.
I'm going to bet all of it lower.
$200, the whole thing, that this card is lower than an ace. Yes,
Oh, that's
with a queen.
great. Okay, I'm going to bet all of it lower again.
And buying for all of it, $800 if this card is lower than a queen. Yes,
All
with a
right,
jack.
and I'm going to bet all of it lower again.
All of it on the jack. Trying for $1,600 lower. No.
Oh, well.
You had to go with it. Oh, well, sure, if you got $30,000 in the bank, you can say, oh, well. All right, let's build it up because that king goes up. You still have the other $200. That was a lot of face cards in a row, Peggy.
Oh, I know. Well, I haven't seen any lower ones. I'm going to bet all of it lower.
Somehow I have to agree with you. Let's go. $400 lower. Yeah, with
All
a 3.
right. All of it higher.
All of it seems to be all she knows with this one. 800 higher. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to bet $500 lower.
$500 on a near middle card. Is she right? Lower? Yes!
Oh!
2! Great comeback in the making with $1,300 off. Up goes the 2.
Okay, I'm going to bet all of it higher.
$2,600 for Belinda Jean's education if this card is higher. Yeah! Great comeback. 4 cards, $2,600. Peggy, keeping up the good work. Congratulations again. Peggy Card up to $32,700 and still going strong. We'll be back with a new challenger right after this. Back with our champion, Peggy Card. A new addition to her family and over $32,000. And talking about new additions, I don't know if I should mention this, but Janice has added another year to her life. Today is Janice Baker's birthday.
Aww.
Isn't that nice? 21 years old, just like you told me to tell her, right? Those are 2 brand new decks of cards. Congratulations, Janet. Here comes a new challenger on Card Shark. Steve Olette. Hello, Steve. Nice to have you here. Won't you tell us about you, sir?
Well, I'm native of California, homegrown, born and raised right here. I come from a family of thrill seekers. My mother had 9 children. I love skydiving, hang gliding, river rafting, and watching beautiful women.
That's a big thrill. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice to have you here, Steve.
Thank you.
You cut the cards?
Yes, I did.
Good luck to both of you. We start the best 2 games out of 3. We start with the champion and Peggy. We found 100 women who have just had a baby. And we asked them, interesting question. Do you think you'll be a better mother than your mother was? How many new mothers do expect to be a better mother than their mother was?
Oh, my mom's in the audience, too. Well, I think that they learn from their parents' mistakes, and they'll probably try to do the best job they can. I think they can do a little bit better job. I'd say about 64.
64 out of 100 new mothers said they do expect to do a better job. Steve, higher or lower?
I agree with Peggy's logic, but I think that everybody's going to think they're going to be able to do a better job than their mother was. So they're going to be a better parent, so I think that number's going to be even higher.
Higher than that?
Yes.
If it is higher, you'll play your card, Steve. If not, it'll be Peggy with hers. Talking about bonuses, anytime you hit the answer right on the head, that's a $500 bonus. The actual number of new mothers who said they expect to be a better mother than their mother was is 62. Not higher, a little lower. Peggy has it. Peggy gets the first crack of the cards. Of course, the object of the game to work your way across. And again, if you can do it in one try in a 5-card game, it's a $500 bonus there. Peggy, you've got a 7.
Oh, I want to change that card.
And winning the question, you can change it to a king.
All right, lower.
Lower than a king. An 8.
I'm going to freeze.
She's going to freeze, protect the position. That takes care of that bonus possibility. Steve, we found 100 men who are paying alimony to their ex-wife. And we asked them, have you ever increased your ex-wife's alimony payments simply out of the goodness of your heart?
Well, Jim, I mean...
Is that violin music I hear right now? How many unselfish men have increased their ex-wife's alimony out of the goodness of their heart?
Well, there's a lot of unselfish men in this world.
Oh, there are.
Oh,
there
yes,
are.
without a doubt. And I'm one of them. But
of course,
when it comes to alimony, I think that the courts, are going to side with the women that have the children and all this. And so the man isn't going to want to increase it, and especially not unless the court says so. So it's going to be a relatively low number. I say it's going to be 27.
27 out of 100 have increased the alimony, Peggy.
I agree. I don't think any men are that good when they have to pay all this money out. No, I think men are good, but just not about the alimony thing. Anyway, I'm going to say it's going to be lower.
Lower than that. I love the way she said, men are not that good. The actual number of men who have increased their ex-wife's alimony payments out of the goodness of their heart is 9. That's all. Yeah, it's lower.
Right, give me that card.
Steve is so happy. He didn't win the question, but he's so happy. No, it was lower, Steve. You see that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's Peggy. That's quite all right. Peggy doesn't mind as long as we play her card. You've got an 8.
Right. I'm going to change that card.
Okay, the middle card becomes a queen.
Oh, that's great. Lower.
Lower than a queen, a 6.
Higher.
This time she's going to risk it higher, a 10.
Lower.
If this is lower, Peggy has the first game of the match. No. Back to the base card goes Peggy, and now Steve has a reason to be happy. A free chance.
All right, it's going to be higher.
Higher than a 4. An 8.
All right, I'm going to say it's going to be lower.
He's going to risk it on the middle card.
No.
Back to the base card goes Steve. Janice fills in the spaces. And question 3 to Peggy. Peggy, we asked 100 child psychiatrists, does a growing boy need a man around the house in order to learn how to be masculine? How many child psychiatrists said yes, a boy does need a man around the house to learn how to be masculine?
Well, I don't think that, I'm not a child psychiatrist, and I don't think they have to have a man around the house. And so I think that...
How many feel they do?
Well, I think that about 33 think they would.
33 out of 100 child psychiatrists feel that way, Steve.
I think that the number is going to be higher because it's an important thing to have masculine authority around. It's a set an example.
The actual number of child psychiatrists who said a boy needs a man around the house to learn how to be masculine is 44.
All right! Higher than I thought it was going to be. It's going to be higher.
He's going to play that 4 higher. He's right.
Okay. I'm going to freeze.
This time he's not going to gamble, and it sets up a situation where both players need 3 cards. Sudden death. Someone has to win this game on this play of the cards. Steve, we asked 100 bachelors across the country. Very simply, do you expect to marry a virgin? How many bachelors do expect their wife to be a virgin?
Well, I'm a bachelor, and if I'm going to get married, it's not going to be to a virgin. I mean, this is part of the game, right? I mean, you're going to be married all your life. Sexuality is a big thing, and you're going to have to be happy and live with it. So,
how many do expect their wife to be a virgin?
It's going to be a really low number. It's going to be 11.
11. Bachelor goes very low with that one, Peggy. What do you think?
I think with the new morals, it's going to be just a little bit higher.
Little higher. Interesting that the
Oh,
Bachelor
wait a
went
minute.
very low.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many bachelors do
sorry.
expect their wife to be a virgin? He said 11.
I'll still say it's just going to be a little bit
Little
higher.
This will
yes.
decide control and sudden death. The actual number of bachelors who expect their wife to be a virgin is 11. Nicely done, Steve. Steve has himself a $500 bonus. And most importantly, you have control of this board as well, where you could play it or pass it.
I got control of this board, and Peggy is an excellent player, and I don't want to see her lose, but I'm going to pass the cards to her.
And Peggy, that means you've got to get all 3 cards to win it. One mistake, and Steve has the first game of the match. With a queen, what do you say?
I'm going to say lower.
Lower than a queen. A 2.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. A jack.
Lower.
And now the big call. Is it lower? Yes! To win the game.
Oh, great.
Well, so that turned out to be a moneymaker for both of you. Game 1 with $100 for Peggy, $500 in a bonus for Steve, who needs game 2. Coming at you right after this. Same 2 decks of cards. Next card's off the top of the deck. Starting game 2 with Peggy. Peggy, we asked 100 people, have you ever sneaked out of a restaurant without paying the check? How many people admitted they have?
Oh, I think that would be a pretty rotten thing to do and pretty hard to do. And so I would say it's going to be a relatively low number. I would say about 25.
25 out of 100 people have sneaked out.
I agree with the logic Peggy has, but it's a really rotten thing to do, and there's just, no, it's really would be hard to do, so how are you going to do it? I think it's going to be a lower number.
Lower than that. The actual number of people who have sneaked out of a restaurant without paying the check is 21. It is low.
All right.
21 out of 100.
Big card now, big card.
He wants a good card.
Oh, wow. Change that card.
Still with an opportunity at a good card.
Woo!
And he got it.
Yes, lower.
Lower than the ace. The 10.
I'm going to freeze.
Not going to try to run him.
No, I learned my lesson now.
Steve, the question to you. It's always a temptation, and 10's one of those borderline cards.
It is.
Steve, we asked 100 married women. If a whole month went by without your husband romancing you, would you suspect he was having an affair? How many women said if their husband did not romance them for a month, they would suspect he was having an affair?
Well, that's a tough question. I think it's going to be a middle number because it's, one of those things. You don't have to have sex all the time. I mean, we're in a society of liberation. Sex is okay and no sex is okay. So it's going to be a middle board number.
I prefer the
It's
latter,
gonna be
personally.
55.
No, the former, I mean.
Okay, so I say
Made me nervous.
55.
55. 55 out of 100 said they would suspect he was having an affair.
Well, if I'd gone a whole month, I'd be worried that he was just tired or sick. So I'm going to say it's going to even be lower.
Lower than that. It occurred to me as I was reading the question, I know some people that if they did have it in a month, she'd start thinking that they were having an affair. 55 and lower. The actual number of married women who would suspect their husband was having an affair is 41. You're right, Peggy, it's lower. But 41 out of 100. Peggy, she starts with a 3.
Oh, that's great. I'm going to say higher.
Higher than a 3. A 7.
I'm going to freeze.
Peggy also freezes with a near middle card. Question 3 to Peggy. Now, in the Soviet Union, an unemployed person has just 130 days to find a job, or else he's labeled a social parasite and shipped off to a labor camp. That's a fact. So we asked 100 Americans, should we have a system like that here? How many Americans said we should have a system that ships people off to labor camps if they don't find a job?
Well, since most people think that people who don't work are living off their own hard-earned taxes, I'd say that about 38 of them would say that we should.
38 out of 100 say we should ship them off to a labor camp if they don't find a job, Steve.
No. I think we live in a liberated society, and people are going to do what they want, and they don't want to be forced to do it, so they're not going to vote in laws like that. So I think that it's going to be an even lower number.
Lower than that. The actual number of Americans who said we should have a system that ships people off to labor camps if they don't find a job is 18. Very much lower.
Yeah. Change that card.
Now Steve can get rid of that 10, and it becomes a 5.
All right, higher.
Higher than a 5. An 8.
Lower.
Lower than the ace.
Higher.
Going to try to go for it to tie up the match.
Oh, God.
Steve ties it up. player now. One game.
All right.
Steve has another $100. That sets up the tiebreaker with just 3 cards up there, 3 questions here. Of course, the bonus for running the cards does not apply in a 3-card game, but it is a very important game. It all comes down. Janice, what are you doing? On your birthday, you're wrecking the set? I'm ashamed of you. That's a you want to sit and hold that? Sure. I mean, listen, it's only valuable network time. Could you put 3 cards up there without breaking anything else? My neck, yes. All right. We start the tiebreaker with a question to Steve. Steve, we asked 100 single women, if you saw a man back down from a fight, would you lose respect for him? How many women said they would lose respect for a man who backed down from a fight?
No, I think that women are going to think that that man's a man in control of himself and his conscience, so that's going to be a low number. It's going to be 15.
15 out of 100 would lose respect, Peggy.
I agree with him totally, and I feel the same way. But I think it's just going to be a little bit higher.
A little higher than that. Tough question that decides control in the tiebreaker. The actual number of single women who would lose respect for a man who backed down from a fight is 8. It is even lower. Steve, absolutely right. And the challenger starts off the tiebreaker with a 10. You can change that or play it, Steve.
If I change the card, can I still pass?
No, we're not in a sudden death situation. You're just playing the cards.
Oh, okay. Change that card, please.
Okay, yes. That's all right. Just check the rules. It's getting pretty close there, Steve.
All right, higher.
Higher than a 4. A king.
Lower.
I'm sure Steve knows this. If this is lower, he is the new champion. No.
Oh,
It had to be lower against an opponent. A break for Peggy. She's still in it with a 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. No.
Oh, my goodness.
I get another chance.
Janice will fill in the spaces. Peggy, we asked 100 Catholic priests, is it okay to pray for money? How many priests think it is okay to pray for money?
I think that they think that you should pray for other things, though, that are more... Oh.
But how many say it's okay
anyway,
to pray
I'm sorry.
for money?
I think that about 22 of them would say that...
22 out of 100 Catholic priests said it's okay to pray for money, Steve.
No, I don't think that it is okay, and I don't think the priests are going to think it's okay, and it's going to be a lower number.
Lower number. You may be right. I know you play bingo for money, but pray. 22 and lower. The actual number of priests who think it's okay to pray for money is 93. I guess it's as valid as anything else to pray for. Peggy, you're looking at a 4.
Okay, I'm going to say higher.
Higher than a 4. Oh, no!
Again.
Steve, a free chance
All right,
for a 4.
higher.
Higher than a 4. Oh, no! And now, just what Steve was talking about has come about. We are at sudden death in the tiebreaker down to the wire. We'll quickly get into it. Steve, we surveyed 100 Englishmen who are dukes, barons, and earls. These men are all members of the English aristocracy. And we asked them, have you ever had dinner at Buckingham Palace? How many English aristocrats have had dinner at Buckingham Palace?
That's got to be quite a thing to do, and, you know, it's going to be a very low number. It's going to be 17.
Only 17 out of 100 have had dinner at Buckingham Palace.
I think that with, since they are earls and baronets and things like that, that they would have an occasion to go to Buckingham Palace. I'm going to say it's going to be higher.
Higher than that. The actual number of English aristocrats who have had dinner at Buckingham Palace is 59. Peggy's right.
Okay.
Peggy, now we are in sudden death in the tiebreaker where you, with control, can play it for 2 cards or pass it to Steve for 2.
Oh. I think I'm going to play it.
You're going to play it. Are you going to play it with a 4 or are you going to change it?
I'm going to keep the 4 and go higher.
Now you've got to get them both. One mistake, Steve is a champion. Get them both, and Peggy goes back for the big money. A big call. Higher, she says. It is a 5.
Higher.
Now, the last card for the championship. Yes! Peggy wins it. And we have to say goodbye to Steve. Steve, a great match. Down to the wire. You're leaving us with $600.
Yeah.
Peggy, come on down here with me. I'm taking the set with me so Janice doesn't cause any more mischief, and we'll be right back right after this. We've already played the money cards once, so after Peggy cut them, they've been dealt out in front of the studio audience. Good luck. Here's $200. And we'll see if we can start Peggy off with a goodie. Thank you, Lois. 200 and a jack.
Okay, I'm going to bet all of it lower.
Playing the jack and $200 lower. No. But you're on your own now. You don't lose with that. You still have 200 and a jack.
Okay, I'm going to slow that all of it lower.
All of it again lower. And this time she's right. 400 and a 3.
All of it higher.
Trying for $800 higher. Yes.
Okay.
Up goes the 10. We add another 200. You have $1,000.
I want to change that card.
And the 10 becomes, well, a 6. 1,000 and a 6.
Okay, I'm going to bet 500 higher.
Half of it, $500 higher. Yes, it is.
All right, all of it lower.
3,000 if it's lower, and it is.
All right, I'm going to bet 1,000 lower.
$1,000 on a middle card lower. No. Oh, if you had held back another ace, but nevertheless, $2,000 in the best card in the deck.
Lower.
4,000 if this is lower than an ace. Yes. $4,000 for Peggy Card. Another big win, and we'll be right back with Peggy right after this.
Stick around. Bigger battles than Thanksgiving dinner are up next on the Best of Family Feud. Then it's the hottest game in town, Hollywood Showdown, followed by Match Game PM.
This is Jack Nars speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.